Lexington County is participating in the Hollow Creek Watershed Project because we received a grant from the South Carolina Department of Health and Environmental Control to improve bacteria levels in Hollow Creek. Hollow Creek is currently impaired for fecal coliform bacteria, which is an indicator of animal and human waste. It can get into the creek from failing septic systems that are leaking on the ground and rainwater can wash it into the creek. It can also get into the creek from cow manure that's left on the land. Pastures are eroded away and the bacteria can just wash directly into the creek. There are 3 components to the grant. One is to assist landowners with implementing conservation plans to fence their cows out of the creek, put in watering troughs so they have a clean place to drink water instead of going down to the creek, reestablishing vegetation on their pastures. The importance of a conservation plan is that it allows landowners to implement conservation practices on their property that can help alleviate not only environmental problems but improve herd health.
The main reason I'm participating in this project is for environmental reasons, to preserve the land and to keep it as God and nature intended it to be. I think it was important to prevent erosion from the cows, eroding the creek banks, eroding the pond dam, polluting the water. Plus my cows would theoretically be more healthier by drinking the well water. And so far I've been very satisfied with the way things have gone. The well water is much healthier than the water they will drink out of the creek and pond because of pollution that's already there. I foresee healthier livestock that will grow better, so less health problems, and plus it will preserve the land and prevent erosion and cut down on the pollution in the streams.
Loafing sheds in heavy use areas are important because when you have the ground trampled up as you see on this farm, the rainwater, as it washes over the trampled up area, can wash the animal manure directly into the creek. It also causes a problem because animals' hoofs can get caught up in the mud and they can end up being injured. By installing a heavy use area and a loafing shed, you not only stabilize the ground, but you also protect it from the rainwater that can wash the manure into the creek. The benefit to the farmer is now they don't have to worry about their animals walking in knee-deep mud and being injured from a trampled up area.
All the research I had done is much more healthy for the cows if they are drinking fresh water rather than surface water that collects on the place. We have a number of surface water ponds that they have been drinking all these years. The health of the cows was my main purpose. When we found out we had impaired waterways in the area, we wanted to contribute and do our part. Utilizing this program will create cleaner water, and we'll see that in the future.
The next component of the grant is to assist property owners with repairing failing septic systems. A failing septic system is no different than a leaking sanitary sewer system. It still has untreated sanitary sewage right there on top of on the ground in their yard, and when it rains, rainwater can wash that sanitary sewer directly into the creek or Lake Murray.
I really was not real sure that I would be qualified because I didn't know what my problem was. The sinkhole that I had by my sidewalk was about 10 feet from the septic tank. I had people come and correct my problem, and it has been wonderful to know that there were people who care and who wanted to help me.
We have a fairly large backyard, but we had huge puddles of water, and some of the grass in some areas was as tall as our children, and it was just an unsafe environment. We had sewage on top of the ground. Obviously we had a problem and we needed it fixed, and the county was willing to help us out. It's huge. I mean, there's no water standing, the grass can cut, the kids can play. It's a typical backyard that we wanted for our children.
For landowners who implement conservation plans, Lexington County can assist by offering a 60% match for the cost of all of the BMPs associated with the conservation plan. For homeowners to repair or replace a failing septic system, Lexington County will cover 60% of the cost of the repair of that failing septic system. The third component of the grant is to address bacteria levels from wildlife. That's the most difficult component of the grant. And so Lexington County is working with the South Carolina Department of Natural Resources and local hunting clubs to try to find ways to address this problem.
Projects like this are good because it helps so many people. The Hollow Creek watershed has been here since the 1980s. There's been problems that need to be addressed. This is one way that the Stormwater Division, DHEC, and all of the other agencies that is involved with this watershed project to work together and try to get a job done to help improve the water quality in the Hollow Creek itself.